Welcome to section 9.1. This is the 70th session of the CISSP exam prep series. In this session, we'll unpack the principle of shared responsibility. We'll answer several questions. What does shared responsibility actually mean? Who inside your own organization owns a piece of it? How does the responsibility split when you move to the cloud? What do you owe the wider community when you find a new threat? And how does the industry share threat data at machine speed? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because you never secure a system alone. Picture a regional credit union that runs its core banking on a hosted platform, leans on an open source database, and trusts a payment vendor for card processing. If any one of those hands drops the ball, the credit union bleeds. On the job, your task is to know exactly where your duty starts and where someone else's begins. Blurry lines are where breaches hide. So what does shared responsibility actually mean? It means no organization stands alone. You run the same operating systems as everyone else, speak the same protocols, and lean on the same off-the-shelf and open-source building blocks. That shared foundation means you inherit shared exposure. Think of a city water supply. Every household draws from the same pipes, so keeping the water clean is a duty spread across all of them, not one. Who inside your own organization owns a piece of it? Everyone does, at their own level. Your security leadership sets the direction and stands up the controls. Regular staff carry it by doing their jobs inside the guardrails those controls create. Auditors carry it by watching for violations and confirming the rules actually hold. And leadership owes stakeholders sound decisions that keep the business standing. Picture a relay team. If any single runner drops the baton, the whole team loses, no matter how fast the others ran. How does the responsibility split when you move to the cloud? The provider secures part of the stack and you secure the rest. So both sides must agree on the seam. This is the cloud shared responsibility model, and misreading it is a classic mistake. A provider might lock down the physical data center and the hypervisor while you stay on the hook for your data, your access rules, and your configurations. Think of renting a warehouse. The landlord guards the building and the locks, but what you store inside and who you hang keys to is entirely on you. What do you owe the wider community when you find a new threat? You owe responsible disclosure. When you uncover a fresh vulnerability or a live threat, the ethical move is to report it to the affected vendor or to a threat intelligence source. Sitting on it quietly leaves everyone else exposed to the same flaw. Think of spotting a cracked support beam in a shared parking garage. You do not just protect your own car and walk away. You warn the operator so every driver stays safe. How does the industry share threat data at machine speed? Through automated indicator sharing. This is a government-backed effort to swap indicators of compromise and threat intelligence between the public and private sectors quickly and automatically. An indicator pairs an observed fact with a hypothesis about a threat, and an observable might be a malicious file identified by its hash. The plumbing that carries this uses two paired standards. One is a common structured language for describing cyber threats, and the other defines how systems exchange that structured information. Think of an emergency broadcast network for hospitals. The instant one facility detects an outbreak, a shared format and a shared channel push the warning to every other facility automatically. So let's bring it together. Shared responsibility says security is a duty you split with the world because you all stand on the same technology. Inside your walls, leadership, staff, and auditors each own a slice. In the cloud, you and the provider must agree on the exact seam between your duties. When you find a new threat, you disclose it responsibly, and the wider industry trades indicators automatically at machine speed. Know where your line sits, and you close the gaps that live between the hands. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on rucloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.